I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to back. No, actually, it's just back-to-back nights of Smackin It Raw 2025. We were here last night with RawFlix and Chill. We are here tonight. Yeah, you didn't look at the thumbnail for this episode, did you?
No, I was just I saw that and I was like, is it supposed to be an or? Did we not edit it? It's fine.
Well, we're going to talk about that here in a second. So, we are back tonight with NXXXT. And I can guarantee you I'm going to be far more positive about this show than I was about the show last night, which should make Vince happy because before the show, he was complaining about my thoughts on RawFlix and Chill. But also, something coming back. The title of the show for the stream will be things like New Year's Evil, Raw on Netflix, things like that. But the titles and the thumbnails, you guys are getting your fun titles back. And not only did tonight we have Lexis King versus Charlie Dempsey for a cup, which means we had two guys, one cup.
Correct.
But that is also the title on the thumbnail for tonight. And we will talk about that in a minute. But before we do that, I got to do the normal bullshit. And before I do that, I have to introduce my co-host, who I haven't got around to talking to yet. Because they didn't get to come on last night. Last night was special. It was supposed to be me and Travis, and Reek, you know, being the bald, beautiful black man that he is, just weaseled his way in there. But back tonight, my co-hosts, ladies and gentlemen, host of the She Leads Showcase, Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, getting off, the current reigning, defending, undisputed Trick or Trivia champion, Ms. Katie Kinsey Bay.
Hey.
And while I was bitter about it when it happened, I have moved on, I have grown up. So, the current Smackin It Raw Wallop Media Trivia champion.
That's crazy. Happened.
Daddy Delgado, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, our friend Steve.
Dum. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Steve.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Yo.
So, I want to thank everyone joining us live. If you're watching us, those places like twitch.tv/Creation World, where if you have Amazon Prime and you have Prime Gaming, you put them together, you get a free sub. And then what do you do with that free sub? You become my sub. You let me be your dime, you be my sub, and it'll be good for both of us, right? But maybe you're not into male subs. Maybe you want or male doms. Maybe you want a female dom.
Hey.
She has leather and whips and everything. You just don't know about it. So let
okay.
Katie be your dom, not Mysterio. Give her your sub. Maybe Rivet City Radio. You know, maybe you want multiple doms. Maybe you want Allison and Will at the same time. Who wouldn't? Listen, whoever it is that you enjoy on Twitch, give them that free sub so that they can continue to create content for you that you enjoy, because they know that you support them and you're showing them that you support them and that you enjoy it. And it costs you absolutely nothing because you're already paying for Amazon Prime. So don't let it go to waste. You can also follow us at youtube.com/Creation World. It has been so long. Are you ready?
Aye, Captain.
Where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
It boosts the algorithm and it helps find new listeners.
All together now. And why is that important?
Because you're a whore.
Did you mute
Someone,
yourself, Vince?
he muted himself.
I guess I did.
You did? All together now. Why is that important?
Because you're a whore.
Thank you. I am. For your likes, for your attention, for your comments, for your views, for your attention. That's why we do this. That's why I've decided to do this for you in short bursts 3 times a week. Because, you know, we learned from Vince very early on in the Smackin' It Raw podcast, who doesn't love a quickie? And that's what these shows are going to be from now on. Our quickies multiple times a week instead of one long love-making audio session once a week. You get more of me in smaller spurts, but more frequently. And who doesn't want that? So, while you guys are enjoying the show, flick that bean, hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live, whether it's for the Creation Conversation, 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern, every Thursday. Whenever we decide to do a getting off, the next one will probably be January 24th and or 26th. We'll see how Friday goes and how we're feeling after Friday and decide if we want to do double duty on a Friday or not.
I'm ready.
And then every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 15 minutes after the end of Raw, NXT, and Smackdown for RawFlix and Chill, and NXXXT, and Smackin' It Down with Smackin' It Raw. All right, guys. All of that's out of the way. Tonight was New Year's Evil on NXT. How are we feeling?
Ow. It hurt. That's how I feel.
Kidding. Go ahead.
I feel great. NXT gives me what I want every single week. You know what that is? Ladies. Ooh. Multiple ladies. 3 women's matches in a row, to be exact.
Back to back.
It's phenomenal. It was a great time. I was happy to be there. I was there in spirit.
In spirit, yes.
In spirit.
Also, hi, Tommy.
Yeah. Shout out to Tommy.
And
Jaxpo. Jaxpo.
Love Jaxpo. I'm a little what's the word I'm looking for? Like emotionally confused about how I feel about this episode because I got a lot of what I wanted, but I felt like a lot of it ended very quickly, which gave me an uncertain feeling. Like a lot of the matches, and we'll talk about it, I felt like were cut a little too short, maybe needed a few more minutes, a few more minutes of foreplay to get that satisfying climax. But overall, it was a great episode, and I enjoyed it.
Hey, Vince, guess what?
Vince, guess what? I don't know. We'll find out in a second.
While we're waiting for that, first and foremost, yes, Katie.
Isn't this a show where I can do a little bit of news and rumors? Because what the fuck?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
That's crazy. I only have one piece of news and rumors, but like you still tried to take that away from me, and that's crazy.
Oh. Which one?
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Chicago this weekend.
Hey,
oh, fun.
Turn up.
I'll be drinking this weekend. Arriba. So the only piece of news, it's not even rumor, it's news. NXT Vengeance Day, February 15th in DC. Thoughts, feelings, opinions.
I'm all for it. Yeah, why not? Like these NXT pay-per-views have been good. Washington DC. I can't remember the last pay-per-view or PLE they've had there, so it could be a good crowd. So to be determined.
I don't really have it's just for me it's just a PLE.
But it's
like,
Valentine's Day.
If it's not, it is Valentine's. But what I'm saying is, like, if it's not in Chicago, I don't really care.
Blow me, relax.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, okay, so yes, it's a PLE and it's DC, but that's no different to me than a PLE in Detroit, a PLE in Indianapolis, a PLE in Las Vegas, a PLE in Pittsburgh. Like,
hey, watch your mouth.
What I'm saying is, for me personally, if it's not here, it's just a PLE in another city. So, like, yay, I'm happy, excited NXT PLE, but like, the location means nothing to me.
Okay, but if you say it doesn't mean anything to you when it's in Pittsburgh, we will fist fight.
It doesn't. It means something to you. and you as my co-host means something to me, and I am happy that you are happy. But when I hear that there's a PLE in Pittsburgh, I'm happy for you. But like internally, I'm not like, yay, Pittsburgh! Yinzer!
I mean,
say.
Oh my
Yinzer,
God.
excuse you. Don't disrespect.
That's what I said.
I know, but you said it with a tone.
Oh, okay.
The little sassiness with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
take it fucking easy over there.
That's
I
so
think we're gonna go
interesting.
somewhere else with the news.
Rumble
Reported
in
resigning.
Riyadh.
Oh,
Oh,
No, I don't want to talk about that because I'm mad. I have to talk about it on Thursday, so if you want to hear me bitch and complain about it, you can see it Thursday.
I will tune in
Okay.
Thursday.
Signing.
Resigning. Under new contract.
Oh, yeah. No, rumor is Becky Lynch is under WWE contract, and they did not have plans to put her on Raw.
They didn't. No, they wanted to ease her into programming or whatever.
I mean, that makes sense, guys. We knew
She did do a thing on Instagram where she did like a Happy Gilmore like.
Oh, because she's gonna be in Happy Gilmore too.
And The Price is Right. Also, maybe double meaning that the price that WWE put up was right, and she resigned.
Price is wrong, bitch.
Oh my God.
So
I love Happy Gilmore. Tommy's mad.
I'm expecting to see Becky at the Rumble, which again, I'm kind of sad that we know that she resigned because now I'm anticipating Becky at the Rumble, and I like surprises.
She could show up prior to the Rumble. You know,
I don't want that either.
I mean,
I don't want that either.
I just want to be surprised. I just want people to show up and not know that they're going to show up. That's all I want.
I can tell you two people who are going to show up, and it's two of the four horsewomen. It's Becky and it's Charlotte, because Charlotte's bound to show up sometime. She was defrosting 2 months ago, so
defrosting.
She was. She posted a thing.
No, I know, I saw, but it's funny when you say it.
She was
out
defrosting.
Loud. Oh my God!
All right, I'm sorry.
Speaking of frosting, which you find on Strudel, and speaking of Strudel, The Rock gives 0 fucks about anything in 2025. This man walked out on Raw last night, walked up to Michael Cole and said, let's fucking go. Showed up in the NXT arena, got out of his car and just said, motherfucker, in the parking lot, uncensored, then came out at the end of the night. And they repeatedly had to censor him to the point that he apologized for his language because he couldn't stop saying fuck as he went on to talk about how the fans tell him he can't be mean to Cody, but then he can't be nice to Cody. And NXT is the place where stars come from and all sorts of crazy shit.
When you're on the board of directors, that's what you can do. I mean, I will say... I think he mainly was apologizing for dropping so many Fs because there was literal children in the front row. So take it easy, Dwayne.
Take it easy. Some motherfucker on CW. Like, of all the places that they are, that's the one place you don't say that.
Yeah. Literally. Take it fucking easy, Dwayne.
Chill the fuck out.
We also had a segment with Ava backstage talking to Ethan Page where Daddy came in to save her from the annoying coworker and also then kind of passively aggressively threatened / sexually harassed Ethan Page as he slapped him on the ass and said, get your sweet ass out of here, which Dwayne, how do you know what Ethan's ass tastes like? I would like to know.
Okay.
Maybe it's more of a, not necessarily like he's tasted it, like he visually saw how sweet it looked. Because, Ethan Page...
Is it
a little
too sweet?
I don't think it maybe a little too sweet.
He was not on the best ass list in our rear-end reviews, so...
Maybe he needs to be a contender for 2025. Maybe 2025. Dark horse.
We'll see.
Matt's trying to get all ego.
Rock, NXT, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna spit it. It's specifically the outro, like the closing segment. I don't think I needed it. Like, it was fine. It wasn't bad. But I don't think it really added anything. Like it could have been something he did just for the live crowd, and they could have put it on WWE's social medias and their YouTube and what have you. You took away what was maybe like 10 or so plus minutes from the rest of the show, and I felt like you can sprinkle that into the other matches, which was one of my grievances. I felt like the main events, I felt like the opener, and to like a lesser extent, the Fatal 4-Way match could have used a bit more time, just a minute or two, and yeah, I don't think I needed it. So I'm gonna spit it just because even though it wasn't bad, I don't think it was needed. The only thing I thought was good was the interaction with Ava, because it's the first time I've ever seen him like that close to his daughter ever in like public. So that was cool to see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna spit it. I don't think I needed it. I don't think it was warranted. It wasn't bad, but I'm still gonna spit it.
First of all, hi Allison. I'm gonna gargle it. I can't fully spit it specifically because the stuff with Ava that is so nice to see, because it's like he's acknowledging that she's been holding it down in NXT. Yeah, see what I did there. Calling her the final boss, which true, because she is in NXT at this point. Michael Hickenbottom's just there, looking pretty in his cowboy hat. HBK is doing nothing, unless Eddie Thorpe is involved, then he's getting involved. But it's like you said, Dwayne talking. Yeah, cool. We've heard it. It happened yesterday. Whatever. But it was mainly just the stuff with Ava I appreciated. And he hasn't been to NXT before, so like he's probably not gonna be doing this much longer, like this version of Dwayne. So fuck it. Let him come to NXT. Let him have a party in NXT.
It was a swallow for me because again we got the interaction between Ava and her dad. So like I've been waiting for that. You want to see Santino and Ariana. You want to see The Rock and Ava. Like
The Rock and Ava were at the Golden Globes.
Nice. I don't know. Maybe it just felt like maybe don't do it on the CW episode. Or like save it for like a PLEs where you have a little bit more like leeway with time. Because again, like, did he say anything of consequence? Like, take away the segment with Ava. Did he say anything of consequence? Did he say anything that was relevant? Did he say anything that was crucial to the episode? Like, could you have taken that segment out of the episode and not lost anything? And I think the answer.
Well, you said we were negative about RawFlix and Chill last night, and an hour of RawFlix and Chill was them just showing people in the crowd for no fucking reason. So.
Yeah, I don't think any of the matches suffered in terms of time, though.
I'd say the women's match that was supposed to be a last woman standing match that they just dropped altogether did. I'd say the fact that we didn't have time for the tournament finale of the women's IC title that we pushed to the next week, when that seems like something you should have on your premiere episode of Netflix because they had to make time for all of the extra bullshit. Might have
like you can cut the Hogan stuff, you can cut the Taker appearance, you can cut the Rock promo because that took a lot of time in of itself as well. Heck, you could have cut a little bit of that tribal combat match as well.
Hi, Allison.
Yeah, it's that, and also like it's just like, to me honestly, they just had them there because they needed to sell more tickets. That's all it really was. So I can't really justify it.
I mean, they sold tickets to it before we all knew Dwayne was showing up.
Yeah, no, they did. I think they were just trying to get those last little bit push of tickets. I mean, TC, shout out to him, he's in the chat, but he posted that as well, like on Twitter. It's like, oh, they probably needed to sell a few more tickets, so that's why they advertised Rock. So,
well, let's get into the actual matches. First and foremost, no sexual innuendo, no bullshit. This match was a great opener. It was fucking fire. Giulia defeats Roxanne in a barn burner of a match that, again, I'm not even going to make a sexual pun about because it was just so damn good. Finally seeing the end of Roxanne's reign, which honestly, as much as I love her, it's been about time. Seeing Giulia crown your new NXT Women's Champion. My daughter was, from this match, instantly a Giulia fan. She's like, who is that? What is her name? What is her finisher? Like all sorts of questions for me and things like that. So like, Zoe's all in on Giulia.
Yeah.
Big swallow to kick off the show for me.
Mhm.
Agreed. I'm gonna swallow it as well. It was a fantastic match. I thought the finish though kind of just came out of nowhere. I guess I never really knew what Julia's finisher was. So then when she hit her finish, I was like, wait, what? That's the ending of the match. I actually looked away and then looked up and then like the match was over. But overall, it was a fantastic match. I kind of wish they got a little bit more time, but yeah, they killed it. They're fantastic. And like you said, Matt, as much as I love Roxanne, it's been time. Take that title off of her, send her off to the main roster. It's time.
Yeah, let her fly free. Be free of the reins of NXT, dear child. Literally a child because she's younger than me. This incredible match. I mean, what a way to kick off your kind of TV special thing, PLE adjacent. Two of the best in NXT's women's division, which is saying a lot because their entire women's division is basically incredible. I loved it. Even Cora Jade, little bitch ass, got involved. Shocker, because that's her bestie. But Giulia overcame it all. New NXT Women's Champion. This is the episode of Champions.
Honestly, yeah. All the quote-unquote titles changed hands tonight that were on the line. So, yeah.
Theoretically, we'll talk about one that technically did, but also technically didn't.
That's why I put the air quotes.
We then roll from that into a back on my bullshit 4-woman fuck fest. It was Elektra Lopez versus Daddy's favorite Stephanie Vakir. I'm sorry, Lola Vice. I don't know why I wrote Elektra.
There you go.
Lola Vice.
I was like, wrong person, but okay.
Stephanie Vakir, Cora Jade, and then as Zoe was yelling, Salami Jordan.
She was close.
She was very close. She got very excited. She's like, Salami Jordan, Salami Jordan. I'm like, oh my God.
Man. Yeah, I love Zoe.
Stephanie gets the win, is the new number one contender for the Women's North American title, or so we thought at the end of this match. Real quick, Fatal 4-Way Women's match. Stephanie, possibly number one contender. Spit or swallow.
It's the opposite way, but yes. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. It's a swallow, 100%, for women who are killing it. Stephanie, much like Giulia, has been on a tear since arriving, so it makes the most sense to have, because we want to save Giulia and Stephanie for a later point in time. Perhaps a stand and deliver. I will not be opposed because I may or may not be there. We'll see. But we make that happen. We do that. We let Stephanie go after a women's mid-card title that 2024 brought us in good health. Thank you. It was a great match. I loved it. Go women.
I agree. Go women, especially NXT women. This match was probably my favorite match of the night. They freaking killed it. They were amazing. All of the women in there had their little moment to shine, their spots, everything. At the end, Stephanie Vakir getting the win. Right decision, in my opinion. Like Katie said, let's wait to do Giulia, Stephanie. Stand and deliver seems like the perfect time to do that. And in the meantime, you put that North American Women's title on Stephanie. You take it off of a reverse cowgirl, Fallon Henley. And then maybe down the line, she either relinquishes it or she loses it in the triple threat where she doesn't have to get pinned. And you pass it on over to Zarya. And then now she's champion over there. And she's doing things while she's waiting to go to the NXT Women's title scene. So overall, fantastic results. And we will talk about the following match and the aftermath of it
right now, because if Stephanie versus Kalani versus Lola versus Cora wasn't enough to get my blood pumping in places that we probably shouldn't talk about on the internet, we then add Fatal Attraction versus Shotzi, Gigi, and Tatum. And fucking Christ, guys, like, what are you trying to do to me here? You can't do Giulia Cora or Giulia Roxanne and then the Fatal 4-Way, and then the 6-woman tag back to back to back. Give a boy time to breathe and recover. Come on now. Shotzi Blackheart in this 6-woman swinger match gets the win by pinning reverse cowgirl Fallon Henley, and then goes on to declare that because she pinned the champion, she feels like she should be number one contender. And Stephanie's like, no. I literally won the number one contender match. And Fallon's like, how about you two fuck already and let me know when you're done, and then we'll figure it out afterwards. And they're like, yeah, down next week. So next week, now I get two of my favorite women in wrestling going at it in the middle of the ring to decide who's going to go after reverse cowgirl, and I couldn't be happier.
I mean, we know the results. I'm spitting Shotzi. Like, look, respect to Shotzi trying to like get a championship match, but no, that's not how that works. Like, you can be the next in line. Is, though. No, fuck all that. It was a number one contenders match. The winner becomes number one contender. Fuck that bullshit. I love you, Shotzi, but wait the fucking line. You're next after Stephanie.
I'm telling Just on you.
But pinning a champion kind of puts you towards the front of the line. If
puts you to the front of the line, not the very front of the line. Like if the line starts with Stephanie, Shotzi's number 2.
Hi, JJ.
This is the line. You have crossed it.
So Vince, are you spitting this because of that?
I'm gonna gargle the. You know what? I'm gonna swallow the match. It was fine. The only thing I didn't like is that Shotzi for 2 weeks in a row landed right on her face when she dived. So I just need her to be careful.
Shotzi does that. That's just a
Shotzi thing.
Yes, I know it's Shotzi things, but it's like I still worry for her health despite her like trying to jump the line. But I'm gonna swallow the match. The match was good. The match was solid.
I'm swallowing mostly for Tatum because I feel like Tatum showed the fuck out in the 6-woman tag match. Like, I was very impressed by Tatum in this match. And I love me some Tatum. Right?
Yeah. I think Tatum was my favorite in the match.
Tatum's always my favorite in the match. No, obviously it's a swallow. Hey, see? Pinning the champ, automatic number one.
So then what's the point of the number one contenders match?
Just I'm swallowing the Power Punk girls defeating Fatal Influence because that is their name.
I love that.
Influence.
Fatal Attraction.
Wrong.
All right. Then we had, again, the bonus title for this episode. 2 guys, 1 cup. Charlie Dempsey, a.k.a. Baby Regal, versus Lexis King. Lexis gives Charlie head for the win.
Well,
listen.
Yeah, I guess.
He got the result he wanted without getting the result he wanted at the same time. You know, kind of crazy, but I'm gonna swallow it. You know, head finish is always great finishes, and Lexis King got the finish he wanted, and you know, I think I'm very happy at the end of this. I was more invested in this match than I thought it would be because I did not care about this match when they initially did it. What was it, last week or 2 weeks ago?
This was their third match.
No, the one with the controversial finish where he won won the cup via
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. That one I didn't care that much about. I just had it playing in the background. This one I actually was a little bit invested. I was actually watching and tuning in to the match. So I don't know what it is about Lexis King lately. I kind of like it. And Baby Regal, I'm warming up to him more and more every week. So it was a swallow for me. Very positive show so far.
Ooh, see, that's crazy. It's a no for me, dog. I love Baby Regal. Baby Pillman. Best thing about him, still the throne slide. I said what I said. See, I was hella confused because I did not watch NXT last week because I was partaking in New Year's Eve things with my friends, hanging out. So I was very confused as to why we're having another one and why Lexis did not have the Heritage Cup. But I allowed it. I was just like, maybe it did happen. I just thought it was gonna be like a recap show, and I didn't really need to watch. I thought so too. But this was, I just don't care about. The only time I cared about the Heritage Cup was when Tony D'Angelo was the Heritage Cup champion.
Of course.
Look at him. There it is. Little guy over here. Look at him. You don't shop. Which their stuff on Twitter with Stacks has been hysterical. Man, I'm gonna have to send them to you. on something else.
And last but not least, the main event. So we find Eddie Thorpe on the stairs in pain, and Ava's like, ha ha ha. You lied about it once, you can't lie about it twice. I don't believe you. He's like, no, but it's for real this time. And then Oba shows up backstage. He's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I did fuck him up. And he kind of deserved it because, like, fuck that guy. Trick and Oba battle it out. Eddie is watching from the closet, finally decides to join in. He brings a toy. It does him no good. Oba Femi gets the win and becomes your new NXT champion. Because it is time for Trick to move on to better things. It is time for Roxanne to move on to better things.
Yes.
It is a new year, new evil, new era, new champions.
New all around the board, yes. The match, again, I thought this ended very quickly. I thought it could have used like maybe 5 or so more minutes. Right results. Totally should have given it to Oba Femi. Totally respect Oba Feminist rise. Oba Feminist stand up. We love it here. I just kind of wish Eddie Thorpe wasn't involved in the fucking match, and we just got a singles match between Trick and Oba. Hopefully, you know, we've seen it in the past where even though you get called up, the wrestler still has one final match. You know, obviously, Sasha Bailey, they did their Brooklyn match, but then they had a follow-up match on an NXT takeover at Full Sail while Sasha was on main roster. So fingers crossed we get that singles match before Trick Williams is fully on the main roster. But love this match, love the finish, fantastic. Fuck Eddie Thorpe, and I don't care what Bakley says about Eddie Thorpe, he will never be a thing.
That's crazy. Vengeance Day is in about a month. It's 2 weeks after the Rumble. We're fine. We'll get a one-on-one. It's okay. But I was very happy. And this is coming from someone who absolutely loves and adores Trick Williams. But this was Oba's time. As soon as he lost the North American Championship and everyone was like, whatever. On to bigger and better things. Oba was ready for the big title. For the big boy. And I'm very happy. He's so cool to watch and just watch him wrestle. And just the way he talks. I love it. The Oba Feminists, we rise. Almost sapiens, if you will.
Oba makes me rise for sure.
That's crazy.
Factual, though.
Katie, NXT New Year's Evil, spit or swallow?
It's a swallow. Come on now.
Vince?
Yeah, NXT New Year's Evil is a total swallow. It's a great show.
That is a unanimous swallow from the Smackin It Raw podcast. I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight for this episode of NXXXT New Year's Evil, or Two Guys One Cup, whichever one you prefer. Katie, do your thing. Tell people about your shows and the stuff that you do.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Elite Showcase, youtube.com/Elite Showcase, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish. We're doing some fun stuff over there. I got all the formerly exclusive Patreon episodes, because fuck Patreon. Those are up on YouTube now, except the only one that I wanted, my true crime one. I can't find the evidence of it anywhere on my computer, so that will not see the light of day. But that's okay. I have another one brewing. It's fine. Yeah, that stuff. And I'm writing over at Pro Wrestling Wire, which is still hard for me to say. So you can check out my stuff there too.
Yeah.
That is officially the name of the after show for NXT is NXXXT going forward. So every NXT review will be NXXXT, and then whatever the actual episode title is, JJ. Vince.
Yes.
Get
Yes. Okay. So Getcho has not been back in the new year. Might have recorded something this week, but I'm not available. So hopefully next week, sometime on the Debate Network over on YouTube, we will be going live with the homie Just. So stay tuned for that. Also check out Getcho 316 on YouTube. Get the subs over there because we like subs as well. As for me, at 606 Universe on YouTube, go ahead and check that out as well. countdown videos are coming this weekend. I have at least 2 lined up. One is John Cena centric, 10 stops on the John Cena farewell tour we must see, and then 10 NXT call ups in the transfer window that I want to see. So those are 2 videos coming up. But I also got news. It won't be made official until next month, but it looks like I am a temporary seasonal hire of Wallop Media and will be joining Ryland Turner on the Wallop Rewind episodes that are monthly. So I'm a little podcast whore. You know, I'm on Get Show, I'm a Wallop, and I'm on Smackin It Raw. So tune in for that.
Damn, bro, like you left us for Get Show, and Get Show's body ain't even cold yet, and you're already jumping over onto the Wallop train. That's crazy. But so what I'm hearing is
also say
well, you left Smackin It Raw for like 3 side pieces. That's yes, absolutely. You guys can follow me everywhere on social, TikTok, Threads, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Smackin It Raw. Come back Friday, 15 minutes after Smackdown, 10:15 p.m. Central, 11:15 p.m. Eastern, 8:15 p.m. Pacific, because TC's here, so I have to do that for him. Me, Vince, possibly a special guest reviewing Smackdown. It is Smackin It Down with Smackin It Raw. Come join us back on Friday for Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe and the Deadbeat Poppy. I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Mad Ritter, and this has been your #1 wrestling podcast, formerly on Pornhub.